Presumably Ramses was not this large in life, although many people have stated that Ramses had a big head.
Incidentally, Yvette Delacroix is voiced by the same woman who voices Laura Bow. Good range, I have to say. Right, let's talk with Ziggy. So
they didn't get a French person to do it. It's actually a good, decent accent.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's right. Let's
ask Twitchy about other people.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, the dock worker. I know that guy. He ain't in my inner circle, though. Don't know much about the Joe.
That solves that. Start with people and go from there, shall we?
Quiet guy most of the time. Accountant, I think. Boy, I'll tell you, those Egyptians know some crummy jokes.
Yes, you mentioned that. Wolf Heimlich.
I don't think I've heard of him.
He's at the fucking front door. He's the guy in the German outfit, German military unit. He's in a German military outfit in the middle of America.
In the mid-20s, no doubt.
Girl. I knew her when. Now she's a big hotshot museum. What do you call it? Back then, she was a streetwalker. If you catch my drift.
She was a what? She was a lady of the night.
That lady's scary. I've been avoiding her.
We haven't met her yet, it seems. Let's see, any other people we could talk about. Detective Roy O'Reilly.
I'll tell you, most of the cops around this town stink. But O'Reilly's different. He's okay. He really knows how to treat a mouthpiece, you know? I made some good jack working for him.
Great. Let's just, let's take it from the top then.
Augustini. Augustini, yeah. That name rings a bell. Oh, yeah. Ain't he the concierge at the plaza?
Nah. Nice try. Yes.
Can't help you with that, Toots.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Even though you're literally talking to them.
The new museum press? Stodgy old guy, but a fine chap. Yeah, that's it, a fine chap. Good man.
Doesn't sound too convinced. Or again, that could be just a voice actor.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
You've met Rube Crodfaller, haven't you?
Ooh, this is important.
Certainly I have. Definitely one of the most up-and-up guys I know. Keeps his nose clean, but knows how to have a good time.
Well, you kind of want to be with a name like fucking Rhubarb.
Claude Fowler.
Claude Fowler, yeah.
No, he ain't in my privileged circle of friends.
Privileged. I see. What about our dad?
Isn't that what they named us stiffs when they don't have an ID?
Yeah, that's actually a joke.
I'm sorry, but I simply have to say that your pronunciation is dreadful.
Hey, that's an insult, right?
Love it. And let's talk about it. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about this.
What's up with this Ziggy joker?
Hey, watch your mouth. You're talking to him.
Okay, let's then get to places. So you have to take all these off, I'm afraid, Neil?
Not me, sister. I prefer my news straight from the horse's patootie, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, you'd rather be shit up.
He feels like someone who would pay for it.
Have you had any contact with the police?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. I'm sort of a freelance detective. I find things out that the police can't, and I pass along the information. For a price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a most valuable service.
Oh, yeah. They couldn't do their jobs right without me. Nice guys, they cunts. Kiss me flush. Salts of the earth.
Are we implying here that the The American police force is corrupt.
Laundry.
Day.
Laundry. Oh, you mean like washing your clothes? No, I does that myself.
Yeah, I could guess that.
You're familiar with the 12th Street docks, aren't you?
Not me, lady. Mostly your unsavory types hang out down there.
No, right? They didn't register the click. There we go.
I know everything's not what it looks to be, but then what is? Same with all these mocky-mucks. Look, appearances can be deceiving. Me, do I look like the brother of a famous Broadway producer? No, but I am.
Yeah, I'm shocked as well, to be honest.
You know, some days it's a rich melting pot, and some days it's a big cesspool. But you gotta rise to the top like scum, and keep your feet and your nose clean. That's how I does it anyway.
We're learning so much about you, Ziggy, I have to say.
You seen it? I saw you in there before. It is what it is. Hey, I'm a philosopher.
Okay, we're on to the third tab, Neil. Look at my notebook.
I don't need no notebook. I already knows everything.
Great. Get the feeling you're not going to be interested in the magnifying glass. I'm going to skip that.
How was your year, Mr. Ziggy?
Superb. Simply superb. I made some sawbuck on the Tunny Dempsey match. Now here I am rubbing elbow grease with a hoity-toity. Thanks for asking.
Tremendous. There we go.
I know the dagger was heisted. I might even know who done it. And I ain't talking.
No.
If you know, why won't you go to the police?
They won't pay me.
Mm-hmm.
All I got is a suspicion. I got nothing hard. Besides, what have the cops done for me lately?
This is in the interests of justice. Who are you trying to protect?
I'm trying to protect me. Now flip.
Meh. Quickly before his back collapses. The weight of his own hubris.
We talked about that before, remember? I told you that crazy Egyptian riddle that Ramses guys passed along.
Groovy. Okay, let's move on. Next person to talk to, Neil. Who do you fancy?
Evil villain mustache.
Evil villain mustache. Let's start off with...
Yeah, start at the top left.
We start at the top left? We just work our way down? Okay.
Yeah.
I believe he was the Emperor of Rome just after Justinian.
That was good. Yes.
That's me, you silly girl. In-depth interview. We'll have to schedule it later.
This guy's having the fucking best time in voice acting him.
He's read the lines. He's like, yes, I'm
Yes.
leading into this
Dr.
shit.
Carrington is a fine chap. Used to be in charge of the British Museum, you know. I ran into him several years ago when I visited the British Museum to consult with Dr. Budge.
Dr. Budge?
Dr. Budge.
Odd that Dr. Carrington doesn't remember me, but I almost didn't recognize him either. He's getting old after all. Looks different. Memory's probably shot as well.
Interesting. I'm implying that Mr. Carrington has been replaced by a replicant,
Yes.
obviously.
Can't say I'm too impressed with Detective O'Reilly.
That's because he's Irish, mate.
Find a single bloody clue
Literally
about
10
the
years after the Rising.
story.
Yes, this Irish fellow, I don't like him. Have him killed.
Habit of chewing on grapes constantly, probably to cover up the smell of the alcohol he drinks.
The Irish character's a booze hound. I won't hear of this.
Slander, I say. Slander.
You will be sued by the entire country.
It's funny we had some sort of way of rising up against our British oppressors.
What follows some sort of miniature vegetable, isn't it? A potato, perhaps.
Watch out about the fucking Irish stereotypes, lad,
Oh,
okay?
fuck yeah,
Yeah, get the
like,
fuck
where-
right. Shut up.
He runs one of the local Chinese laundries. Pretends to be Chinese so he can get more business, but he has a terrible accent.
Funny, I was saying the same thing.
Funny how that works, isn't it? John Bell.
A relative of yours, perhaps.
Fucking sneeze. Yes, he is a rather unfortunate fellow, I agree.
Dr. Miklos is rather eccentric, but she is well educated. Received her training at one of the better universities in Athens, Greece. She is
Yes.
quite knowledgeable in the area of hieroglyphics, but her speciality is paleontology. She's fond of old bones.
You make that sound weirdly sexual, I'm not gonna lie.
That trollop sleeps and
He's right fucking there, dude.
It's only by sheer strength of will that I've resisted her advances so far.
No, it's not your strength of will, it's you're British. You're naturally repressed. That's what's happening there.
Ah, yes. Heinrich's the security chief here. Not a particularly good one, obviously, since the dagger was stolen right from under his nose. And he's rather too intense for my tastes.
We're at a party. Are you okay, Babs? You okay? Let me have a look.
I didn't know. I didn't wait for you to get up.
I'm just checking on you, that's all.
Get rid of the hiccups.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Couldn't do anything to help. Okay.
It's called moral support, Kira. Jeez.
Can't even give her moral support anymore. Fucking hell.
Honestly. Hasn't even done a war.
Fucking. There's £1 million a week. Never even done
Done a war.
Of course I know Ramses. There were several of them, actually. Ramses I was pharaoh during the 19th dynasty from 1307 to 1306 BC. But Ramses II made more of an impact on ancient Egypt. From 1290 to 1224 BC, Ramses II...
I was hoping that the rest of them would speak a little bit faster than Ziggy, but no, I was wrong. They all speak at this speed.
Egypt for thousands of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
His mortuary site at Thebes, the Ramesseum, contains a temple to Amon-Ra, a royal palace, a mortuary temple, and several storerooms.
Is there cake?
Actually, I was referring to Ramses Najir.
The guy beside you?
Never heard of him.
This guy's a dickhead. I love him. He's probably my favourite villain so far in SierraQuest.
Steve Dorian. The stevedore with a ridiculous name.
At least it finally called you out on that.
Who helped unload my artifacts from the steamship. If it weren't for his odd name, I would have forgotten him entirely.
Yes. Okay. We move on to places. Or we just maybe focus on these three maybe. Yeah. Or the docks as well. We need to talk about the docks.
That's why I arrived on the steamship Andrea Doria. I came over with the artifacts for the Egyptian exhibit. Apparently Dr. Carrington was also on that voyage from England, but I never ran into him aboard ship. Keeps to himself a lot, you know.
Yes, quite. How very interesting. And
With a little work, I can turn the Lion Decker into a world-class museum. But that can wait a few months until they decide to make me the president. Dr. Carrington will have to find other employment, of course, but I'm sure some lesser museum would be happy to have him on their staff.
okay. How about New York?
New York.
Since you're new here, what do you think of New York? Isn't it exciting?
I hate it.
Of course he hates it.
You Americans have no concept of how the class system is supposed to work.
Oh my god.
Treating each other like equals, which I find very distasteful.
Yes, I tend to kick every poor person I find. And here, I can't tell who's poor and who's middle class. It's terrible. Just because you have any peasants I can thrash while I'm here.
At least some dexterity, please.
If you're referring to the local drinking establishments, they are quite illegal, and I don't condone their existence. I do drink on occasion, but only when the finest wines are available.
Yes. Okay. Miscellaneous. We're nearly there, Neil.
It's like dipping my bottom over and over in a bath of the finest creams and oil.
Oh.
Well, let's see. I made the most important archaeological discovery of all time. Almost everyone on the planet knows my name, and I've clinched a curatorial job I've been after for years. Yes, I'd say it has been a rather good year.
Quite.
Seems to me you might have a problem.
A problem, such as...
Well, you've accomplished so much this year. What are you going to do next?
Run for president.
Next? What next?
Burn the sick place.
I'm going to call this New New York. More British, less peasants.
Go ahead, shut mate.
You must be very upset about the burglary.
Quite so. If I ever find out who stole my Dagger of Amon, they won't live to regret it, I can assure you.
No.
Oh my. Do you have any idea who would do such a thing?
I have my suspicions, but I need more proof before I subject him to the full force of my wrath.
Have the police learned anything?
There's incompetence. Hardly. They couldn't even...
They're too busy going for scoops.
Dagger display.
More time
For troops.
There might have been a
And do you know what it means after that then? Chips for supper, chips for supper, chips for supper, chips for supper. Okay, last thing. Egyptology.
Since you're an expert on the subject, what can you tell me about Egyptology?
I don't have...
Oh, the size of that text box.
This is my profession to a neophyte.
Whoa.
If you're truly interested,
The
I'll
fuck,
suggest
dude?
several years of difficult study on the subject at one of your better universities.
Do we have to,
Once you
does America
finish
have one of them?
that, you can talk to me again.
Man, yeah, that's quite. Alright, we're done with him now.
Yes.
We're down to 3 nil. Who do you want next?
The cheap French harlot.
Cheap French harlots. Let's start from the beginning! If you want to take a nap here,
Agustin?
I'll just, yeah.
I understand he's a very powerful man at the newspaper. I would like to meet him sometime.
Great. She seems to speak at a bit of a pace, so thank fuck.
Ah, Mr. Pippin, he is such a great man. And quite attractive, no?
Just one question. Where's your nose? You seem to have lost it. Just, FYI.
Dr. Carrington is my superior, so I'd rather not be saying the bad things about him.
You can say,
What bad thing? He is very strange, even for a man. Ah, but you are trying to trick me, no? It's best that I am not talking about him.
Just hear what he says about you, love.
she's a lovely bit of crumpet. Huh.
Ah, Monsieur O'Reilly, he is magnifique. He is so intelligent and confident, so... Ooh la la.
Who knew the French loved Irishmen?
Oh yes, we
He
are.
speaks our words. Je suis une
Oh,
baguette.
they're all friends.
To have the highly placed friend on the local police force, no?
Mmm.
I suppose that's true. What do you think of his burglary investigation?
People here, they keep saying Monsieur O'Reilly, his investigation on the dagger is not good.
Very good.
But he tries very hard. I have seen him work. But the dagger thief, he is very good, no?
Hey, you think the burglar was a man?
Hmm.
It is only the matter of speaking, Miss Paul.